Hi, welcome back. Today we're diving into something that trips up even confident speakers.
Oh, what's the topic today?
Declining an invitation, saying no without sounding cold or rude.
This one's tricky. I actually struggle with this in my own language sometimes, honestly.
You're not alone. It's a universal social skill, not just an English thing.
True, but in English, I never know if I'm being too blunt or too apologetic.
That balance is exactly what we'll work on today. Let's start with a real scenario.
Okay, go ahead.
Imagine a coworker invites you to their birthday dinner. You're genuinely busy that night.
This happens to me constantly, actually, and I always feel this wave of guilt.
That guilt is completely normal, but you don't need to over-explain or apologize excessively.
What should I say instead? I usually just say I can't, and it feels too abrupt.
A softer structure works well. That sounds fun, but I actually can't make it that night.
That sounds fun, but I actually can't make it that night. I like starting with something positive.
Exactly. Acknowledging the invitation first shows appreciation before the decline.
That makes sense. It's like cushioning the no with warmth first.
Precisely. Now, should you explain why? People debate this a lot.
I always feel pressure to give a detailed reason, even when it's private.
Here's the thing. You don't owe anyone a detailed explanation. A brief reason is enough.
Like what exactly?
I've got a family thing that evening, or simply, I already have plans.
I already have plans. That feels almost too simple, like it won't be accepted.
It will be. Most people respect boundaries when the response is calm and confident.
I think my issue is the delivery more than the actual words themselves.
That's insightful. Tone matters enormously here. Let's practice a full exchange.
Okay, I'll play the coworker inviting you.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, we're doing a birthday dinner for Sarah on Friday. Wanna come?
That sounds fun. I actually can't make it Friday, but thank you for thinking of me.
No worries at all. Maybe next time.
Definitely. I'll catch up with Sarah separately to wish her a happy birthday.
That felt smooth. I like that you added something extra at the end about catching up.
That's a nice technique. It shows you still care, even though you're declining.
I want to try this style. It feels warm without being fake or over-apologetic.
Exactly the goal. Now, what about declining something more personal, like a date?
Oh, this feels even harder, more emotional weight involved somehow.
Understandable. In that case, kindness and clarity matter even more.
What phrase would work there?
I'm really flattered, but I don't think that's a good idea for me right now.
I'm really flattered, but I don't think that's a good idea for me right now. That's gentle but clear.
Yes, it validates their feelings while still being honest about your own position.
I appreciate that it doesn't leave room for confusion or false hope.
Exactly. Vague answers often cause more hurt than a clear, kind no.
That's a good reminder. I sometimes soften things too much and it gets misread.
That's a common trap. Kindness and clarity can coexist. They're not opposites.
I'll remember that phrase, kindness and clarity together.
Now, let's discuss declining a work request, which has its own dynamics.
Oh yes, this is relevant for me. My manager sometimes asks for extra tasks.
In professional settings, you can say, I'd love to help, but my plate is quite full right now.
My plate is quite full. I've heard this expression before, but never used it myself.
It's a common idiom meaning you have too much to handle currently.
I like it. It sounds professional without sounding like an excuse.
Exactly. You can also offer an alternative. Could we revisit this next week instead?
That's smart. It shows willingness while managing your actual capacity.
Right. Declining doesn't always mean a flat refusal. Sometimes it's about renegotiating timing.
I never thought of declining as negotiation before. That reframes it completely for me.
It's a helpful shift in mindset. Now, what if someone pushes back after you decline?
Oh, this happens sometimes. People don't always accept the first no gracefully.
In that case, repeating your position calmly works well. I understand, but I really can't this time.
I really can't this time. Repeating with slight variation so it doesn't feel robotic.
Exactly. This technique is sometimes called the broken record method, staying firm but polite.
I like that name. It captures the idea of gentle repetition perfectly.
It's very effective, especially with persistent invitations or requests.
I'll keep this in my back pocket for future situations, definitely.
Good. Let's also address text or email declines, which are increasingly common now.
Yes, I get invited to things over text often, and it feels different from speaking.
Written declines can be slightly more relaxed. Thanks for the invite. I can't make it this time, but let's plan something soon.
I like adding "let's plan something soon." It keeps the door open for the future.
Exactly. It signals ongoing interest in the relationship, not just this one event.
That's a nice touch. It doesn't feel like a rejection, just a scheduling conflict.
Precisely the tone we want. Now, let's review some key phrases from today.
Yes, please, there's a lot to remember.
Number 1, that sounds fun, but I actually can't make it.
The warm opener before the decline.
Number 2, I already have plans, or I've got a family thing.
Brief, sufficient reasons.
Number 3, I'm really flattered, but I don't think that's a good idea for me right now.
For personal or romantic declines.
Number 4, my plate is quite full right now.
For professional contexts.
Number 5, I understand, but I really can't this time.
The broken record technique.
And number 6, thanks for the invite. Let's plan something soon.
A warm written closing.
Wonderful. You've absorbed a lot of nuance today, which is exactly what this skill requires.
I feel like I understand the emotional layer now, not just the words themselves.
That's the real goal. Declining well is about managing feelings, both yours and theirs.
I'll approach my next invitation with much more confidence, honestly.
I'm glad to hear that. Remember, a respectful no often strengthens relationships, not weakens them.
That's a powerful reframe. I'll carry that thought with me going forward.
Before we finish, let's cover one more nuanced situation many people encounter regularly.
What's that?
Declining an invitation from someone close to you, like a family member, where guilt runs deeper.
Oh, this feels even harder. Family expectations carry a different kind of weight, honestly.
Absolutely. Cultural context also plays a huge role here, so nuance matters even more.
In my culture, saying no to family can feel almost disrespectful sometimes.
That's a valid concern. In these cases, emphasizing love and future connection helps soften things.
What might that sound like in English?
I really wish I could be there, but I just can't make it this time. I'll call you afterward to hear all about it. That phrase feels warm and genuine while still being honest about the limitation. Exactly. It communicates care through action, not just through the words alone. I like the idea of offering a smaller gesture, like a phone call, as a substitute. That's a wonderful strategy. Small gestures often communicate care just as effectively as attendance. This helps me understand that declining isn't about withdrawing care entirely. Precisely. It's about managing your time honestly while still nurturing the relationship. I appreciate this distinction a lot, honestly. It removes some of the guilt I usually feel. Guilt often comes from believing declining equals abandonment, but that's rarely true.
That's a very helpful reframe for me personally, truly.
I'm glad. Now, what about repeated invitations from someone you're trying to create distance from?
Oh, this feels even delicate situation. Maybe an old friend you've grown apart from?
In these cases, honesty, delivered kindly, tends to work better than repeated excuses.
What would that sound like, practically speaking?
I've realized I need to focus my energy elsewhere right now. I hope you understand.
That's quite direct, but still respectful. It doesn't blame the other person.
Exactly. It centers your own needs without criticizing theirs, which reduces defensiveness.
I think I've been avoiding this kind of honesty because it feels uncomfortable to say.
That discomfort is temporary, but repeated dishonest excuses often cause more damage long term.
That's true. I have experienced the opposite, giving vague excuses that just delay the real conversation.
Exactly. And that delay often creates more anxiety than a single honest conversation would.
I think I needed to hear that today, honestly. It reframes something I've struggled with.
I'm glad this resonates with you. Declining well is really a form of self-respect too.
Self-respect through honest communication. I like how that connects everything we discussed today.
It really does. Every phrase we practiced serves that same underlying purpose ultimately.
I feel like I understand the philosophy now, not just the vocabulary itself.
That deeper understanding will serve you far beyond just these specific phrases, honestly.
Thank you for going beyond just teaching words today. This felt genuinely valuable.
You are so welcome, truly. I am glad this landed on a deeper level for you today.
It really did, honestly. I feel like I can approach these conversations with more clarity now.
That clarity will serve you well, in English conversations and in your native language too.
That is true. This lesson feels bigger than just language practice, honestly speaking.
I completely agree. Communication skills transfer across every language you speak, always.
I will practice these phrases this week, honestly, starting with a small invitation I need to decline.
I love hearing that. Real practice right away is exactly how these phrases become natural.
I believe that now, honestly, more than I did before we started this conversation today.
That growth mindset will carry you far, both in language learning and in life generally speaking.
Thank you again, sincerely, for guiding me through such a nuanced and useful topic today.
It was truly my pleasure, and I look forward to hearing how your next conversation goes.
I will let you know, honestly, and I will remember every phrase we covered here today.
Wonderful. Now go forward with confidence, honesty, and warmth in every conversation ahead.
I will. Thank you so much, truly, for everything you shared with me during this lesson.
It really was